This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all, this
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Steph in for Jeff, and we're starting today with some big news about the Golden Bachelor couple. So millions of us tuned in to watch Gary and Teresa fall in love on the hit show, and we all celebrated their love as the two of them got married in a lavish televised ceremony in January. But now, 3 months later, they're getting divorced. Here's what they've got to say about it on GMA.
Teresa and I have had a number of heart-to-heart conversations, and we've looked closely at our situation, our living situation, and so forth, and we've kind of come to the conclusion mutually that it's probably time for us to dissolve our marriage.
Get a divorce.
Yes.
Yes.
3 months after getting married.
Yes.
Yes.
So a lot of people are asking, what about their true love? Well, the two insist that they apparently still have it. Watch.
I can't help but notice you're still holding hands.
Yes.
Did you fall out of love?
No.
No. I still love this person.
Yeah, I still
There's
love
no
him.
doubt in my mind. I still am in love with her. I root for her every day.
So what do you all think? Was there ever true love? Was it ever real? I feel like I'm watching paint dry.
Yeah.
It's so tedious.
This is a mockery of marriage because these two keep saying they love each other. You don't love each other because after 3 months you've given up. There's a lot of couples out there who can legally not get married if they're a same-sex couple in other countries, and they would love the privilege to get married. And also the fact that here are two people that are saying on national television, we still love one another. But then if you continue to watch that full interview, we did not play the part where they said, yes, we are going to start to look for love separately. So which is it? You're gaslighting us. Which is it? Just be honest. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
I like everything she said. I just have to say, don't insult the audience. Don't make us think that our intelligence is so low we can't tell that guy's lying.
Right.
That guy, Gary, I don't trust you at all. I didn't like a thing about it.
Yeah.
I still love him or her. I speak in muted tones. I don't like it.
First of all, the room that they were in really bothered me.
Yeah,
For
the
some
weird
of the fake
vase.
books.
Yeah, the weird
It looked
vase.
like, you know, when they have like a church at the
staging.
airport. Yeah, it just was very soul dead inside. And his statement, you know, we're going to look for love with other people. Sam, that had PR firm spin written all over it.
But
and
then
you know
surely
what?
the PR firm would literally give them something better to say, because it's just awful.
Well, I think that they tried. That's why they keep trying to use the word love, because they're trying to make it positive stuff. So, like, we're going to look for love in other places. And the other way to say this is the places are not this person. So I think that works in politics because people kind of want to hear their side win. So you can put spin on it. But in love, when we can see, and you ever like try to like, you know, get one over on like an older woman? You're like, oh, this is my girlfriend. Your grandma's like, that ain't your girl. But who is that? You know, because they know.
Yeah.
And we know when we're looking, those are not two people in love. No. So I wonder how this will affect Golden Bachelor 2, because people are like, I wasted 12 hours of my life. I watched that diner scene, which I can never unsee. That was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
Blinded you.
And I have that now, and I don't have a marriage to go with it. So what about me, Steph?
I don't know, my darling. I think it needs to be therapy.
It's all about you.
You remember that, me texting you guys?
I
on that
remember.
diner?
You were very
it was bad.
upset.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Moving on from Al's trauma, we're going to move on to the news of O.J. Simpson's death, which has put a spotlight once again on the trial of the century, which got us thinking, what happened to some of the trial's key players? So, O.J.'s lawyer, Johnny Cochran, passed away in 2005 from a brain tumour. He delivered one of the most famous lines from the trial. You can see it here.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Another lawyer from O.J.'s dream team, the one that I know, Robert Kardashian, died from cancer in 2003. His family has since found fame as reality stars. That's kind of how I know who he is, if I'm being really honest. And he looks a little bit like my husband-to-be, so I'll take it. After the trial, F. Lee Bailey spent time in jail for being in contempt of court in another case. He ended up surrendering his stock worth millions and filed for bankruptcy, and then he died in 2021. Robert Shapiro continues to practice law.
Comment on it.
Oh, are we watching? There we go. Continues to practice law and even represented Robert Kardashian's son, Rob. So what do you guys think about the defense team and what's happened to them all?
I think it's time for Robert Shapiro to retire.
Take that hat off and hang
He
it up.
deserves to retire.
Hang up the hat.
Maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he's one of those people that, you know, if they rest, they rust.
That was
Yeah.
my dad when he stopped practicing
My dad
law.
is too.
It's lawyers are a different breed.
Totally.
And you know, I think that before this trial, there were lawyers like my father and your father that were just going to literally pass away in front of their law books like they would want it to. That was my dad's sunset. But now I think there are lawyers that are like, I know the law and I'm not hard on the eyes and I can speak and I want to get my name out there. And next thing you know, we have celebrity lawyers. Mark Eiglosh does our show and really helps. I think that was like really the first time that people were like listening to lawyers talk to them at home.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
hot face doesn't hurt.
No.
As far as the prosecution, Marcia Clark resigned from the LA County DA's office and wrote a book about the case and several crime novels. And then we've got Christopher Darden, also resigned from the DA's office after the trial, and he went on to write a memoir and has also appeared on TV as a legal commentator. So what do you think about these guys and how they've ended up?
I remember watching the Ryan Murphy People versus the United States and getting a better look at the inside of what Marcia Clark went through and Christopher Darden and realizing that they went through that was probably their most traumatic time of their life. I mean, it shifted their entire life, and I can't imagine they don't have PTSD from this trial.
I wanted to ask you a question because of what Tori's saying. Do you think this took years off of all these people's lives?
1,000%. Now, Marcia Clark especially, because if you read any sort of paper at the time, it was all about her physicality.
Her hair,
what she
remember the
looked like,
haircut?
what her hair was.
Yeah.
Nothing about her pedigree of her education.
Of the DNA evidence.
Everything that she presented, how everything was stacked against her, how all these different things that she had in place ended up unraveling for a variety of different reasons. It was all about what the woman looked like.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what that must have been like for her.
Well, here is what happened to some of the other key players in the courtroom. So we've got Mark Furman. He was an LA police detective and key witness for the prosecution until his history of using racist language came to light. He retired from the force and now works, unsurprisingly, for Fox News. And as you may remember it was Judge Lance Ito's decision to allow cameras into the courtroom. He retired in 2015. Faye Resnick was Nicole's friend. She testified during the civil trial against OJ, and she wrote a book about Nicole and has since appeared on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kato Kaelin became America's most famous house guest. He is now 65 and has appeared on reality shows like Celebrity Big Brother. Sam, I feel like you've got a theory on him. You feel like this was awful or something.
Everybody thinks that, this was his ticket to fame. I disagree. I think he did go to, he wanted to become an actor. I think with that hair, those cheekbones, he could have been a fabulous soap star, but he got robbed because everyone sees him.
Yeah, I mean, it's terrible when your career is dropped in your lap. You don't have to audition.
As a reality star?
Yes. As a reality star, we're talking about Kato Kaelin right now, which wouldn't happen in any other scenario if you played this a million times.
But what about Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless,
What about
General Hospital?
You're just naming soap operas. Sam is so disarming to argue with.
What about? That was darling.
Apart from him and Sam's poor tragedy for him, as far as the Goldman family, they were awarded more than $30 million in the civil trial. They are now owed more than $100 million with interest and will work on collecting it from OJ's estate. Will they ever see a dime?
I hope so. Now, he moved to Florida to save on taxes. Any dime, I'm talking nickel or penny, that they squeeze, all of it should go to the Goldman family. We talk about the wheels of justice moving slowly. It is the Goldman family that did this and kept it up and pushed for any kind of semblance. They even had to get money from that horrible book, If I Did It, remember, that he had written?
Wow.
And so they just wanted justice, and I hope they get what they want. I hope they do.
We will see. Coming up on DBL, our interview with Food Network star Noah Cappe, how he's teaming up with Guy Fieri for a new show. And Rihanna's nun-themed magazine cover causes a bit of backlash. Erica's going to break it all down with her segment, What Erica's Watching.
Welcome back. Riri's catching heat for a controversial cover shoot. Terrence Howard has people scratching their wigs, and a tennis icon is investing in black beauty in this week's What Erica's Watching. First, Riri gave fans the next best thing to new music, a revealing interview magazine cover story, where she's talking about everything from Baby Reza's first word, hey, to how she met her partner, A$AP Rocky. Well, in addition to having some of the best interviews, the magazine has a history of artful covers, including many by its founder, Andy Warhol, who's known for his creative controversy, which Riri's cover is giving. However, it's also giving many fans the ick because she's styled as a naughty nun with heavy glam. I guess the idea behind the shoot was inspired by her candid confessions that you can only read if you get past the controversial cover. Next, another interview that has people talking is with retired actor Terrence Howard. Well, he's in costume, complete with the wig, and clearly coming out of retirement is not the only reason why it's going viral. While some fans say he's given pimp, others are feeling Farrah Fawcett vibes. However, he's also spilling the tea on why he's suing his former talent agency.
My show was with Fox, and people from Big Bang was with Fox. We had 28 million viewers. They had 11 million viewers. Yeah. They were getting $2 million or $3 million an episode, those white kids that had no name recognition, no Oscar nominations, none of that. We have 28 million viewers, and these jokers are paying me $325,000 an episode.
But Terrence, people seem to want to know how much they're paying you to come back as the star of the next Charlie's Angels. And finally, blowout bars are getting more inclusive, and that's because of Pressed Roots, a blowout bar for women with textured hair, like the black woman who founded the company and raised $3.1 million in backing, which includes an investment from tennis star Naomi Osaka. Yas, queens! Share with me anything that catches your eye by using the hashtag DBLEricaWatch. We'll be right back.
Noah. Oh. I've got a mission for you, bud. I've got a small town I want you to check out. You know, I'm busy here with my dental practice and diners, drive-ins, and dives. So what I'd like you to do is compile the bike club.
Welcome back. That was a clip from a new Food Network show where Guy Fieri assembles a team of fun-loving foodies to find the best bite in town. Earlier, we spoke with Noah Cappe, the leader of the Bite Club. Take a look.
Noah Cappe!
Fun-loving foodie.
I love it.
All right, so I wanted a disguise for this one, but I didn't get it. Guy Fieri puts on disguises in the show, but his everyday look is pretty recognizable. So I wanted to ask you, Noah, which costume was the best costume for you?
I mean, there's no way I'm going to ruin all the surprises. I think it's one of my favorite things about the show is that the tone, like right out of the gate, each episode starts with one of these quirky little scenes where I'm like living my life and he just pops up. I did post one from the sneak peek where he's a crossing guard, and it's just, that one killed me.
I think the coolest thing about Guy is every time I've heard somebody talk about him, everybody said he's the best guy ever. So I have to ask you, how did you first meet him?
You know, I was making a sandwich like right at this counter, and my phone rang, and I didn't answer it, as I often don't. And I picked up the voicemail, and it was him. And that moment was I still have the voicemail saved. It was being a foodie, being a person who had logged so many hours on the sofa watching Triple D marathons, to hear his voice saying, I'm a fan of Carnival Eats, and I wanted to reach out to ask you to be a judge on Triple G on Guy's Grocery Games. It was like an unbelievable moment. And I went out and we just connected. I think a friendship, a respect, we just kind of clicked. And over the years that grew. And when this opportunity came up and he offered me the chance to be a part of such an epic franchise in so many ways, it was like really, as cheesy as it is, it's like a dream come true.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. You're walking in your purpose.
Exactly.
So this food
that what that is?
Yeah. It's the alignment. It's the alignment. So this food is a little more sophisticated than what you usually eat on Carnival Eats. So did you ever find yourself wishing they would just deep fry more stuff?
I think my body's okay with the break.
Okay.
I think, I'm still filming Carnival Eats. I'm actually leaving tomorrow we're filming season 11 right now.
Ooh.
So the bacon wrapped Twinkies are still getting deep fried, and I'll still be preparing those. Don't worry. It is nice though. I mean, I know diners, drive-ins, and dives, even that brand focuses on a certain style of food. This opens it up because we're spending the entire episode in one city or in one town. You kind of get a chance to see a variety of different levels of food. So there's something for everybody.
Speaking of Carnival Eats.
Literally.
Look, it's been going strong for a decade, like you said, season 11 coming up. But you got to eat some weird stuff. So I want to know, what's the weirdest thing you ever ate at one of these carnivals?
I mean, we've cracked 1,000-something foods now. It's hard to believe. Season 1, I think the show was still trying to figure out, what we were and what types of foods we were focusing on. And I did some weird things in those early seasons. We did deep fried rattlesnake, and if there's kids in the room, take them out for this story. I got into the kitchen with the vendor, and they had, head, tail, gone, skinned, ready to go in a bowl. But if you shook the bowl, like 20, 30 minutes later, it would move. Oh, no.
The muscles.
Yeah, like snake move.
Yeah, I've done that too. We had to hunt them and then,
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying with the move. Yeah.
Speaking of strange fair food, is there any kind of fair food that you do not like and you won't even eat?
I mean, maybe there's been one food in the history of the show that said to the production team, it was pig's feet. It was stuffed pig's feet. And I was like, is this something that other people even want to eat? Like, do they even want to know what it tastes like? Right. Or do we just have to kind of let this be for the people who are like caught in the woods and need to survive? That one, luckily the vendor at the last second had a conflict and it never happened. Destiny stepped in that day.
Noah, thank you so much. What a pleasure having you here at DBL Nation. Catch the premiere of Best Bite in Town this Friday at 9 p.m. on the Food Network. Thank you again. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Welcome back to DBL. Loneliness not only impacts your mental health, but it can lead to food addiction and obesity, which can take a toll on your joints. Experts have linked loneliness to poor eating habits like eating junk food, having cravings and overeating. So what are some of the things that you guys do to avoid feeling alone?
You know what I realized as we were just now, when the pandemic first hit and we were all kind of stuck at home, that's when I wrote my script about going on tour with my friends, because going back through those memories to write the script was how I kind of like felt closer to people. So sometimes in a weird way, when you literally can't get to people, I think just doing something that reminds you of them helps.
That's true. I still, during the pandemic, we started a Zoom with my friends from LA, and we do a game called Quiplash. You guys should all look it up, and you can do it online on Zoom. But we still do it to this day, and it really connects us.
I love that.
Yeah, you shouldn't sleep on friendship, Al. That was.
Oh, I didn't know. Sorry. I heard Quiplash, and I went out.
Well, something else that can help your joints in addition to daily exercise is Omega XL. It's a powerful joint supplement that's helped millions of consumers and is backed by 30 years of clinical research. Omega XL's powerful and proven benefits have transformed the lives of athletes, celebrities, and dedicated daily users. Call 800-630-5419 or visit omegaxl.com for more information. DBL is new every single day. We'll be back on Monday, and Jeff will be here, looking fresh as a daisy. We all miss him. I think he's had a bit of a spa pampering.
Oh yes, well see,
looking gorgeous when he comes back on Monday.
We're in the golden age where men get facials.
As they should.
As they should,
I've been
my
saying
friend.
this for a long time. Black men at the hair care place, getting our hair cut, sometimes they'll put a hot towel on your
it
face.
feels great, yeah.
And I'm like, just admit you like it.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're not allowed to
Also,
admit
never
that we
mind a
like
bit of a towel. Al, you've had Botox before.
I know, it's been some years.
Yeah. Would you do Botox again?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm due. I can move my face more than I've ever been able to.
Me
in my
too.
life.
Yeah, nice
I
job,
need more.
everybody. Expressions.
Bye.